Jay, it looks like our country is having a bit of a collective deja vu. First, it was Ferguson, Missouri. Now it is Baltimore, Maryland. My timeline is once again flooded with articles and essays urging me to meditate on the extent of my white privilege.
And of course, the inevitable, the other side that instinctively believes it's the victim that is to blame and not the white man.
You kind of had trouble with that word instinctively there. I think it's because there's not enough weight on the chin, and so your mouth kind of tripped up a little bit, maybe. You know,
that might be the case.
It's
I've been having trouble.
It's either that or bourbon comes to mind.
Speaking of where, I got this great drink I need to tell you about later.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, well, it's true. So there's two sides. Of course, there's the side that claims it's all white guilt. There's the side that claims that the victim is always to blame. Now they're insinuating that Freddie Gray somehow severed his own spinal cord. Now, forgive me for finding that a pretty dubious proposition.
How do you even do that?
Yeah, no, Jay, if I locked you in a van, like handcuffed you and locked you and said, now, sever your own spinal cord. I mean, what...
That was really hard, and
I don't think you could do it.
I don't think I could do it.
I don't actually think this is physically possible.
Yeah. Anyway, but these things do sort out into two, and forgive me, black and white sides awfully quickly, don't they? It's like Michael Jackson should be our everything's gonna be black or white. Kind of his little. I don't do a very good.
Don't do that again. Really.
I'm not black.
Yeah, don't do that.
We haven't done any song.
Neither was Michael Jackson.
We've got no song this season, and that's what you do. Wow.
It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate how quickly things snap into the black or white, two entrenched sides. It would be nice if for once we could get to the bottom of things before gleeful mobs loot all the stores and burn them down. It's dismaying when people assume either one of two things. The guy deserved whatever he got, or this is a case of institutional racism for which the white world must atone. It just might be, Jay, that things are a little more complicated than that.
Yeah. And probably because the Baltimore situation is complicated by the fact that it has largely a black municipal leadership.
That's really
in a city that's 63% black.
Good thing.
And they're also represented by 43% black on the police force.
That
So those are not exactly horrible disparate numbers.
Yes. So, you know, the institutional racism claim just rings a little bit hollow to me. Now, at the same time, if it is true that the city tried to brush this death under the rug and not properly investigate it, it is a big problem. But it isn't clear to me that racism is to blame, and that's where everybody goes first, that racism is to blame.
Well, yeah, but you know what solves that problem?
What?
Burning the city to the ground. Raise it.
Yes. Rioting, looting, burning,
pillaging,
torching.
raping.
Yeah, I find the
rioting,
justifications. I'll be honest with you. I find the justifications quite appalling. So today on Slate.com, Julia Blunt wrote a piece called "Dear White Facebook Friends." Yes.
Time out. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian actually read a Slate article. Let this be noted in the footnotes of the show.
And the Chronicle.
You know what? I take it back. It's even worse than that. I believe Julia Blunt's article was on Salon.com. I am so embarrassed I read a Salon article. Oh.
Both of them are really terrible, angry liberal websites.
No. Slate, it's okay. Salon is kind of a caricature.
I don't read
itself.
either.
Salon's kind of a caricature.
I don't read either.
Anyway, her piece was called "You Don't Read?" I knew that.
I don't read either of those sites.
Oh, either of those sites.
But of course, I don't read like National Review and the Federalist and all the upstanding right-wing sites either. I don't read those either.
You're missing out. Anyway, her piece was called "Dear White Facebook Friends, I Need You to Respect What Black America is Feeling Right Now." So she lists all sorts of mitigating factors in what she is hearing. Metaphorically, I take it, hearing from the mobs.
I'll bet she's in the midst of it.
She's hearing hopelessness, oppression. She's hearing pain. She's hearing internalized oppression, which I don't know why that's any different than just good old-fashioned ordinary oppression, but she included them both. She's hearing despair. She's hearing anger. She's hearing poverty. But
suppressed oppression.
It's internalized, suppressed oppression. I'm hearing something else too, though, that she leaves out. Glee, enjoyment, fun. You see, that's how mobs work. People don't loot stores because of any of the things that she's hearing. They do it because they're thieves and they have an opportunity to steal with impunity. They burn police cars because it is the perfect symbol of transgression. This is anarchy, and anarchy is fun.
You know what else is fun?
What?
That viral video of the mom smacking her son around and dragging him away from the riot. That was fun.
That was pretty refreshing. Now we need 1,000 of those moms doing. No, we need 1,000 fathers.
Oh, let's not go there.
Doing
so
that
you know what
with
else was
their
cool?
Kids. Okay, what else was cool?
Seeing images of the Baltimore Orioles playing the White Sox in a completely empty stadium.
It was absolutely surreal.
That was cool.
Surreal. Even more fun, the White Sox getting crushed by the Orioles. Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's. I got it. White Sox just sort of brings it out.
You
in
think?
me just a little.
What
bit.
what it was like for the players?
Yeah.
No, I mean like nobody.
It must have been incredible. Look, I mean, this is the first time in the 145-year history of baseball this has ever happened. Okay, teams playing a game in an empty
I
stadium.
think they were heckling each other from each other's
Oh,
dugouts.
yeah, look, I've been in.
You smell.
The thing is, in Camden Yards,
Your mama's a zebra. No, that's the White Sox. My bad.
okay. See, I've been in Camden
back to
Yards.
black or white.
I've been in Camden Yards many times, and I got to tell you, when that place is full and the crowd gets cheering, that place rocks. It is deafening.
Humble brag.
I cannot imagine what Chris Davis felt like running around the bases after hitting his home run. Complete silence. He probably heard the ball hit the seats. And maybe the golf clap from the dugout. Hey, yeah. That's it, Chris. Yeah,
job,
way to go.
Davis.
Way to
Yeah.
go, Chris. Hey, way to hang that slider pitch.
Way to be.
You know, I mean, that must have been every spoken word in that place. In the dugout, umpires, players was probably able to be heard all around the stadium. It would have been so cool to see that in person. If you could have gotten in there or
Hey,
out of there
Orioles,
alive.
you guys look like tigers and you're orange and black. I mean brown. My bad.
Yeah. You know what else would be cool?
What?
Is if that 50,000 people could have seen that.
Oh man, and they all could like.
They could eat hot dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
drink beer?
Yes.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Oh, man, we should try that sometime.
And they could be fans from either team, too.
Oh,
so
and
there
wait.
could be some, like, rivalry stuff.
Wait, and they can broadcast it on national networks and make millions of dollars on sponsorships.
We're onto something.
We have the best idea ever.
Right. And from rabbit trails back to our topic. So to sum up, police departments should be held accountable.
Yeah.
Mobs must be held accountable.
Yeah.
And all the issues involved in the plight of the black community. Grinding poverty.
It's that beard thing
fatherlessness.
again,
I know,
Jay.
it's that beard thing again, man. You name it. They're not resolved by easy slogans and cheap rhetoric, and certainly not by rioting and looting.
Yeah. So note to everybody, public service announcement. Stop trying to score cheap political points. Somebody's dead. Let's find out why, and then let's do something about it.
Novel idea.
Oh, it's just I know it's just incredibly complex that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's see if I can get to shoot through them.
So
I should have practiced. I was going to say, let's see if I can get through this next news item without stumbling over my words. I should have practiced talking without the beard.
You gotta go tip of the tongue, tip of the tongue,
Tip of the tongue. Tip of the tongue.
Hey, you guys, you forgot to tell him to watch the... Hey, to watch full episodes, click here, I think. Maybe here. You guys...